Hey, what's up, guys? So, still waiting on fuel system parts, of course. Apparently, apparently the ON3 is waiting for some of their fittings for the PTFE upgrade. So, they said once they get their fittings, they'll ship it out. So hopefully that's soon. I'd like to start working, getting that fuel pump together. Got all the wiring ran, everything's how I want it. So just waiting on the fuel hat so I can wire that up. Other than that, I'm gonna start tearing down some stuff that I don't need. Get rid of the intake, catch can. I do have breathers for now for the PCV. Eventually, I'll build my own catch can system. You can make them fairly cheap compared to buying like a kit already assembled. So, I might make a video on that too. I'm sure that'd be something people are interested in. Anyway, yeah, we'll get started. I'm just gonna tear a couple things off and get it ready. Maybe try to tackle the wiring for the rerouting it, depending on how I feel. Been a little sick lately, but yeah, let's get to it. All right, so it's not gonna be much I'm gonna do today. Probably just remove the catch can, remove the intake, maybe take out the injectors and tear apart the inside of the car to get to the wiring. Don't really want to get too involved because it's not the greatest out. Still a little bit of snow out. And not having a garage really sucks. So we'll make do with what we got. But yeah, here's the car. So nothing fancy done. I got the 18 intake manifold, the PMOS tune required. Not bad lock. It's got locked out. I don't have the IMRCs. Then the LU47s are in there. But yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely a fun combo. Didn't really notice too much horsepower loss, but apparently it's that's what happens down low, or torque loss, I should say. But yeah, it's not a bad setup. Definitely worth it. I think I picked up the manifold from VMP for like 250 bucks around the holidays. So yeah, couldn't beat it. It wasn't too bad of an install. Install was pretty straightforward. The vacuum line routing, though, if you're interested in it, how I have it routed is, so I come from the brake booster. I cut up the little vacuum block they had, so I used most of the stock hose and stuff for it. Then I went and got a little bit of hose from O'Reilly's. But yeah, from the brake booster I routed it into this one. That's for the vacuum. And then PCV was the one next to it. And then the top one for the catch can. So yeah, it's literally that easy if you delete the IMRCs. The vacuum routing is not hard at all. So let's start tearing this stuff apart and maybe hopefully get to some wiring. all over the place. Sorry about that. Keep forgetting like what parts I have, what parts I don't have yet. But I did order my boost controller, so I decided to go with the Turbo Smart. That's what I was gonna go with, the E-Boost 2. But I actually ended up picking up this innovative Motorsports boost controller. So it's a boost controller. A wideband, and then data logger, all in one, pretty much. Picked it up off of Amazon for $300, so significantly cheaper than the E-Boost 2. And there's a few guys running it I found, and they like it. So I'm all about a budget build. So I'm not a millionaire. So the cheaper I can get things, the better, you know. Obviously, there's certain things you don't cheap out on, like fuel. So, yeah. But other than that, I picked that up. It comes with everything you need. So it comes with your controller. Got a map sensor, 4-bar map sensor that comes with it. Comes with all the wiring. It even comes with the bung to weld into your exhaust for your wideband. So yeah, it comes with everything. For $300 on Amazon Prime, you get it in a day. How spoiled are we, you know? Order something and it's here tomorrow. And then I picked up this pillar off of LMR for, it was like $80 for 1 gauge pod, something like that. I think the color's a little different from the OEM one, but if it's that much noticeable, I'll probably just end up wrapping it. So wrap the 2 front ones so at least they look the same, you know. But yeah, I do want to start throwing this in, at least get this in, and then have the wiring ran down. I already know where I want to tap in for the power. I'm thinking about running it through the sound tube hole in the Firewall. So see if I can find a grommet that goes in there, and then I'll just run all the wires through there, make life simpler. So yeah, I'm gonna start tearing apart the inside and seeing if I can get this at least in the car and hanging there for everything. So yeah. That's the wiring. Well, I'd like to get a little further, but it's starting to snow, and working outside in the snow isn't fun. So yeah, so I was able to at least get those ran, the map sensor, the wideband, and the max solenoid valve. So as you can see, it's run through there. Should be good. Use that as that hose as a grommet. So I also plan on using some of this, and maybe this. Probably end up using just the plastic, tape it into place, just so it doesn't rub through or anything. And then I don't know what we're gonna do with this. I don't know where I want to mount the solenoid yet, or the map sensor. I want to say they say to mount it away from heat, so I'm thinking maybe up in that back corner right there, right behind the manifold. That should be good. But yeah, on the next video, it's supposed to be like 50 next week, so I'm gonna try to do the relocation, get all that sorted out. But yeah, I'm hoping to knock it out little by little, and then once it gets a little nicer, I'm going to hopefully start knocking out that oil pump gear, crankshaft, pulley, and our sprocket pulley. But yeah, I'm hoping to knock those out. Once those get knocked out, and I'll start throwing, I might start throwing a little bit of the turbo kit on. I know I can at least take the headers off and maybe throw on the turbo manifolds and whatnot, so I can get rid of those. I also plan on Cerakoting them. So I bought a spray gun from Harbor Freight for like 15-20 bucks, and then I ended up picking up a air compressor from my buddy for 100 bucks, so I couldn't beat that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to spray those here soon, and hopefully they come out good. So if you want to see what the gauge looks like in the car, so here is the gauge in the car. So it just screws right on, so it's not actually bad. It actually looks pretty decent. I don't think you can really tell in the light, but it kind of matches. I mean, you could tell that it's a little darker, but yeah, it does not look as bad as I thought it was going to. So I might not even wrap them. But yeah, that'll wrap up today for the most part. I do still have all that torn apart. I need to find a spot for that to go through the Firewall and get wired up to the battery. I think what I'm going to do is, you have to relocate the fuse box on this kit anyway. So you disconnect the harness and push the grommet and the harness through the Firewall, and then reroute it through like the fender liner to get it away from all the heat. So what I'm thinking is, I'll just cut a little hole in that grommet, throw another grommet from the Harbor Freight in there, and then run those 3 wires through, tape it with the harness tape all the way up to the grommet, maybe a little past it, not all the way out there, because it's not the heat resistant one or whatever. I bought the wrong one, but it's safer in the car and in the trunk and everything. So yeah, it's not a bad deal. It'll be slow going. I mean, I'm new to this turbo build stuff, and I want to do it all myself. I do have a little bit of background in automotive, so I'm not like a master tech or anything, but I know a little bit here and there. I would like to custom fab my own stuff if I need to. I'm really not looking to buy like kits. Like, yeah, it makes everything easier, but I like the challenge of making something work. So that'll be it. I do plan on doing a catch can. I don't know if I made this in parts, so There's like 3 or 4 different videos between me and running a Harbor Freight and continuing to work on this. So I do want to make my own catch can system. I'm gonna run breathers, maybe. I do have them just in case. I might run them for a little bit until I can figure out how I want to make the breather kit, if I want to do 12 AN or whatever. I know you can find some catch cans on like eBay and Amazon and whatnot. So I'll do a little more research into that, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe to stick with the build.